All right, we got this show called Remarriages and Desires. 8 episodes, about an hour apiece, so let's get to the first episode. Let's get it cracking. It starts off with this lady that man named this Seiho. She had this bad dream, like really bad. She wakes up in the bed by herself. Next thing you know, all these people keep coming to the house. They're like putting stickers on stuff, claiming shit. Apparently, she ended up having a divorce. And the dude she was married to is a dude by the name of Rex. Basically claiming all the stuff that he needs and, wants back and whatnot. That's how we starting off, huh? Then we go to this company. It's actually called the Rex Company. They're broadcasting some type of Galileo or something like that. But the event is like people that are supermodeling, but they're dressed like chess pieces. Anyway, the event is sponsored by this lady by the name of Ju Yin, my bad. Ju Yin works for this big company ran by the lady by the name of Miss Choi. I'll talk about her in a minute. It's a bunch of investors and stuff like that. They run through certain situations. They basically sell any product they can get their hands on. A lot of big wigs in there, corporations and whatnot. So when we get to Miss Sale, she's basically working as a school teacher. She enjoys a simple life, you know what I'm saying? Trying to make a difference in the world with the kids. Now her husband Rex was in this big corporation, like his actual name was on the corporation. But the thing was, behind his wife's back or not behind her back, he been cheating on her. And guess who he was cheating on her with? The chick Ju Min. I'm gonna start calling her JY. So apparently he been smashing this chick for like a couple months. The thing is, he really wanted to break her across with his wife amicably and whatnot. He just wasn't in love no more. The thing is, they actually have a daughter by the name of Mingju. I think she was about 9 years old at the time. He really just packed his bags up and just left. I was like, wow. But he kept saying he was going to make sure his daughter was being cared for. It got to a point it was so bad, Miss Sale ended up having to move back with her mom. I'm like, man, this shit is fucked up. See, the crazy thing is, Rex was all in love. He was planning on marrying JY. But JY was basically on some scam shit. She ended up scamming off half his money, and then when he got mad, they had called him into the offices. Now, the offices knew he had some type of sexual scandal, but the crazy thing about it is, she's complaining about rape. I'm like, what? So he's thinking to himself, there's no way that he did this, you know what I'm saying? Then they had a tape recorder of her talking about, her feelings and sexual assault and all this other stuff. And I'm like, wow. So basically, JY, all she about is that money. Bottom line, things got real messed up for Rex. He ended up losing most of his money and basically destroyed his reputation. He basically got to a point where he called his ex-wife one last time. He was like, tell my daughter I love her and all that other stuff and hung up the phone. But the way the conversation was going, she knew it didn't sound like up to no good. It was like, oh no. So she's like hauling ass on the road to try to hurry up and get to the job. She's calling him. Meanwhile, he left his phone in the damn office. He goes up to the rooftop like he's prepared to just jump off. Next thing you know, she finally makes it to the parking lot. She starts calling on the phone. Next thing we see is a body falling. This dude committed suicide, landed on the car, done deal, dead as shit. So now about a year went by. We keep seeing JY at these little interviews and stuff like that. She's still out here doing her scam shit. But there's like certain CEOs of companies that, they got their moms looking for them to get together with some females or whatever like that so they can, potentially be married. And they keep putting out a bunch of suitors for these CEOs. Now, this guy by the name of Han Lee wants his run company, and guess who they show as a potential candidate? JY. Crazy thing is, in the exact same building, Miss Ao's trying to get a job with this old dude, but he keeps feeling on her as he's talking to her. She's just like, yeah, we can talk about all that when we gotta get the job. But you can tell she's feeling uncomfortable. She thinking to herself, I don't want nothing to do with this shit. So she's walking out of the interview. JY walks right past her, and they don't even see each other. Then Miss Seiho ends up seeing Han Lee in the hallway. Apparently, they know each other from a while ago. He gives her a card that tells her, call me anytime you want. They probably want to do some catching up, whatever like that. Or probably wants to give her extra job. Who knows? Like, you know what I'm saying? Then we got another CEO coming through. This guy by the name of Lee Sun. And the suitor that comes up happens to be the lady Miss Choi. Now I'm thinking to myself, she already got her own spot. What's she going to do when deal with this 35-year-old upstart? She's talking to him about true love is just about business and all this other stuff. And obviously he doesn't believe that, you know what I'm saying? But her whole point going there wasn't even to be a suitor. It was supposed to be bringing back intel for people that could possibly be suitors. And you know who works for her? Fucking JY. Now the crazy thing is, before Miss Seo and Rex ended up getting divorced, before Rex got all his money taken and stuff like that, JY at one point in time actually met up with Miss Seo. And she was saying stuff like, man, you need to calm your husband down. He talking about marrying me and all this shit. And Miss Seo's thinking to herself, I thought you guys were happy. So Miss Seo's thinking to herself, she could already tell what kind of manipulative bitch JY is, you know what I'm saying? But for real, Rex should never put himself in that situation. Anyway, so back in real time, Miss Seo's coming from like one of her another events. Or like another interview, you know what I'm saying, application, whatever. She's in the lobby sitting in the chair, and guess who ends up coming up in the lobby? Miss Cho and JY. As soon as they mention her name, Miss Seiho turns around, she's breaking a vase or whatever, it looks dead in her face. JY's looking at this, she's like, oh shit, I know who that is. I'm like, this is crazy, they keep running into each other, yo. So the tagline towards the end of the episode is like they're narrating, you see like, yeah, I keep running into this chick, but little did I know how much of my life she was going to be consuming. And I'm like, huh. And that's the first episode for you. Basically, you got 80 episodes of this mayhem. We'll see what's popping and all that. Remarriages and Desires. To be honest, I was wondering how they're going to continue it after the husband died. Like, it was still 30 minutes left before the shit jumped off. I was like, what? Anyway, it's about to be the jump off. Yeah.